Jays. Josh Donaldson will bat second. He leads baseball in RBIs with 100. Jose Bautista is third. He's hit 8 home runs, knocked in 17 in his last 19 games. Edwin Encarnacion bats fourth. Chris Colabello, a .393 hitter with men in scoring position, will bat fifth. Russell Martin is the catcher. Kevin Pillar bats seventh. Ben Revere is eighth. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Cliff Pennington.
And that lineup put forth by Don Gibson, the skipper of the Toronto Blue Jays. Derek Holland, our progressive scouting report on the 28-year-old left-hander, trying to build on a very good start his first time out against the Seattle Mariners. Should have fewer nerves early in this ballgame. He said last time he had to really work early to keep his enthusiasm, if you will, kind of tamped down into the background. Changeup could be a very big pitch against this aggressive Toronto ball club. Tom mentioned about keeping the fastball in on the fists of these guys. Also, that changeup as a complementary pitch could really be devastating if Derek has the command to do that. And he should tonight. Ready to go, and worked into the 7th inning in his first outing against Seattle. So that was a good start for him. 92 pitches, got his work in that one, and also got the win, his first win since last September. Here is Troy Tulowitzki, and the first pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. Well, Tulowitzki, one of the 2 big acquisitions by the Toronto Blue Jays at the trade deadline. Tulowitzki a couple of days before David Price was in the fold. And Tulowitzki replacing Jose Reyes. Boy, the rave reviews by all around the Toronto organization about how good Troy Tulowitzki has been as far as fitting in with this new ball club. Up the middle, that's into center, a base hit. And Holland got that pitch up and out over the plate a bit, and Tulowitzki on to start things off. And we'll take a look at the Ranger defense tonight. It's delivered to you by Fred Loya Insurance. Well, the Ranger defense picking things up very well of late. Have Elvis Andrus the most chances among Major League shortstops. 577. He anchors the infield. Strasburger again the start and left of Shields and Chu in center and right. Moreland at first. Odor and Beltre join Elvis Andrus. And Josh Donaldson. A big swing and a foul back for strike one. Donaldson batting at .302, 34 home runs, 100 RBI. The first in Major League Baseball this year to 100. He has had good success against Derek Holland, a couple of home runs, going 6 for 18. Off-speed pitch, and Donaldson now down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Well, Donaldson, if you were to take a vote right now, I think he would probably be the runaway MVP in the American League, considering how well the Blue Jays have done. The ranks in the American League for Donaldson, RBI, runs, extra base hits, all first. Right on down the list. He has really been a rock for this Toronto Blue Jays offense that seems to have a whole handful of rocks in the middle of that thing.
Yeah, you talk about a guy coming into a great situation, an excellent player, comes over to a hitter's ballpark, bats second in this lineup with a good guy ahead of him and excellent power hitters hitting behind him. He's a kind of the perfect storm of good fortune for a terrific player like Donaldson, and he's obviously having his best year. He's always been a good player. He's knocked in somewhere around 95 runs the last couple of years, 25, 26 home runs on average. But he's taken it to a different level in Toronto.
And he lashes that off-speed pitch foul down the third base side. Yeah, with Oakland, you know, Donaldson was really the big right-handed hitter they had. Cespedes kind of filled in behind him, but he was the guy that they relied on from the right side to produce the runs and the home runs. And now that he's kind of gotten out of that, where he's not the only one they depend on, well, he has really bloomed.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to pitch around him in this lineup.
Yeah.
When you've got Bautista and Encarnacion hitting behind him. He didn't have quite that same protection in Oakland.
Way inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Well, the Blue Jays, as we've talked about, just on an unbelievable offensive roll. John Gibbons Ball Club coming off a 3-game sweep of the Angels in Anaheim. They outscored the Angels 36-10 in those 3 games. Hit .393 against the Angel pitching. Got him swinging. Good breaking ball down and in, and Holland gets strikeout number 1.
Donaldson really fooled by the off-speed pitch. And you better have good off-speed pitches and good command of them if you're facing the Blue Jays, especially if you're a left-hander. The ball came down and in on Donaldson, and he wasn't able to handle it. That pitch is going to be very important for Derek tonight. And it really was in that at-bat against a terrific hitter.
So 1 away. Here is Jose Bautista. .243 average for Bautista, who takes inside for ball 1. And Bautista, 29 home runs, 85 RBI. And he has had no luck at all in his career against Derek Holland, just 3 for 17. Double play ground ball to Elvis. Odor, they turn it, and that will do it. So Derek Holland gives up a leadoff single with a double play, gets him out unscathed. We played a half inning. Blue Jays nothing, Rangers coming up.
He's the center fielder. Shin-Soo Choo, having a great second half of the season, will bat second. Prince Fielder leads the American League with a .320 average, will bat third. Adrian Beltre is fourth. Mitch Moreland will bat fifth, followed by Elvis Andrus. Rougned Odor, who hit his 10th home run on Saturday against Detroit, bats seventh. Bobby Wilson is the catcher, and Ryan Strasburger gets the start. He's in left field, and he will bat ninth tonight.
And Delino DeShields leading things off. Takes strike 1 from Mark Buehrle. Buehrle, the 36-year-old left-hander. He's a consummate crafty left-hander. When you wonder what crafty left-hander means, let's look it up in the dictionary. You'll see a picture of Buehrle. He is right there. That fastball, cutter, changeup, without equal when you mix in the command of the strike zone. And didn't take long for Delino DeShields to see pretty good command on 3 pitches. He is gone, 1 away.
He lobbed in 3 balls at 79 to 80 miles an hour. 3 pitches, he gets 1 out.
Buehrle is in his contract, I'm pretty sure, will not be out there long. He works fast. I think he has in his contract that he's got to be out of the game in 2 hours or less.
Well, I read one of the notes in Toronto's press notes tonight. He was the fastest pitcher in Major League Baseball. 17 seconds between pitches, and he would work faster than that probably if the hitters let him.
Yeah, he probably would. Here's Shin-Soo Choo, and Buehrle misses with a pitch. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Choo, a .242 hitter, 15 home runs, 54 driven in. Here's that big slow curveball that, well, throw that speed out here on I-30, you're gonna get passed by a lot.
You know, Buehrle's 36 years old, but if he stays in shape and is motivated, he could pitch forever as long as he doesn't hurt his arm.
Choo, a little looper out into center. That's going to fall for a base hit. No, Choo really has hit well against Mark Buehrle in his career. Adds another base hit. He's now 16 for 40. So 1 on, 1 out. Prince Fielder coming up. Let's take a look at the Blue Jays defense behind Mark Buehrle tonight. And this defense 11th in the American League percentage-wise. Russell Martin, 249 caught stealing. That's most among active catchers. Outfield, Revere, Pilar, and Bautista, left, center, and right. And Colabello to start at first. Pennington and Tulowitzki up the middle. And Josh Donaldson is at third. Here's Prince. As Tom told you, the American League leading hitter by a 1/10 of a percentage point over Jason Kipnis. Pops up the pitch from Buehrle down the left field side, and Tulowitzki, the shortstop, taking charge, makes the catch for out number 2. Well, Prince Fielder, who walloped his 300th career home run off of Mark Buehrle when they faced off in Toronto earlier this year, pops out here for out number 2, and it brings up Adrian Beltre.
You know, it'll be a treat for someone like Ryan Strasburger to face Buehrle for the first time. I don't think he's ever faced anybody like this before. Probably faced some soft tossing lefties in the minor leagues, but probably not any that could mix it up and throw it where he wants to, like Mark Buehrle.
And, you know, Tom, you mentioned about, staying motivated, staying in shape, that kind of thing. The more I see Buehrle over the course of the years, the more he's starting to remind me of Jamie Moyer.
Yeah.
Same kind of stuff, same kind of approach.
Well, if I'm Mark Burley, that's what I'm thinking about. How many games did Jamie Moyer win after he was 36 years old?
A lot.
Over 100 for sure. Well over 100. So, yeah, I'd be thinking about that.
Same kind of repertoire.
And if he can pitch that long, he's already won over 200 games. He could win 300 games.
Sure could. Beltre to right field. That is deep. Bautista back at the wall. Leaps up. It's off the wall. Chu around third will score. Beltre headed for third. He is in standing with a triple. And the Rangers lead it 1-0. That couldn't have missed by more than a couple of inches from being out of the ballpark.
Yeah, you look at that ball, you didn't know how far it was going to carry. You see it's not going to go over the fence, and you go, man, he just missed a home run. Then you think Bautista's going to catch it, going to make a great catch up against the wall. The inning's over. He got robbed. He misses it, and he ends up with a triple. Let's see where it did land and how close he did come. Pitch on the outside corner. Adrian goes the other way with it. It's going to be a perfect shot of Bautista up against the wall. Just off to the side of his glove, hit about, 3/4 of the way up the wall. Good start for the Rangers.
Well, Beltre drives in at 40th. The Rangers lead 1-0. Here's Mitch Moreland. Another good shot. Bautista going up against the padding.
Couldn't quite get there.
Just that close. 1-0 pitch to Mitch. That evens the count.
That would have been a highlight reel catch if he did make it.
2-1 to Moreland. Mitch, 287 average. He is still the team leader with 18 home runs, 66 RBI. 1 out of 6 lifetime against Mark Burley, who misses outside. And the count moves to 3-1. Well, Moreland trying to keep this first inning alive. He's got Beltre at third, and he has Elvis Andrus in the on-deck circle. Out of play, the count is full. And Burley continuing to give up more than his share of first inning runs. That has been the worst inning for him this year. Kind of funny, Rangers got to him for a run on Prince Fielder's home run when they faced off in Toronto. And they've gotten him for a run here. Mitch gone on strikes, Burley pulling the string. And the Rangers are gone. But the 2-out triple by Adrian Beltre plating Shin-Soo Choo. The Rangers get a run on Southwest Data Strong fan. Derek Holland with a 1-0 lead to protect as he goes to work. For Encarnacion. He has hit well over 400 for those 19 games. Holland's 1-1 pitch on the inside corner. 1-2.
Encarnacion being very polite with the home plate umpire. Didn't like the call. One might have favored Derek just a little bit, but it was close.
Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Encarnacion, his last 24 games, go back a little bit further, he has hit .382.
I laid off a tough pitch right there. It's very similar to the pitch that Donaldson missed in the first inning.
Holland reading the signs, the left-hander. To the wind, the payoff pitch. Up the middle, but that's right where Odor is, and he flags it down neatly. 1 gone.
Well, we've seen the second baseman in that position, and Buzz, you were there. I was watching him on TV. In Detroit, there must have been 5 balls hit hard right to the second baseman, right in that spot. So, defensive positioning is so important, and having the second baseman right there has gotten a lot of outs for the Rangers over the last week.
Yeah, as a pitcher, and I don't think you ever get used to where the positioning of the defense sets up. You see a ball hit like that by in, say,
up the middle.
Base hit.
Yeah.
I got a lot of work from the stretch now.
I thought the same thing.
No, 1 out. Chris Colabello. Here's a good look at the Ranger defense. Again, shaded to the left, shifted around maybe 5 or 6 steps to the left for Colabello. But Colabello really been a shot in the arm for the Blue Jays himself. Since he's come to the ball club, a .330 average with a dozen home runs and 48 RBI.
This guy's amazing. He's 31 years old. He was with the Twins last year. He was almost the player of the month in April, and he was gone by June. By June, hit 125 in May.
That ball's hit high in the air to deep right field. Chu is watching this one go into the lower home run porch. Colabello with his 13th home run of the year. We are tied at 1.
Yeah, you go through the first 4 guys in the lineup: Tulowitzki, Donaldson, Bautista, Encarnacion, and you wonder where there's any relief. And then Colabello comes up 5th, and obviously he's a good player, but not a well-known player. But you have to remember, this guy's batting 5th against left-handed pitchers, and they have the best offense in baseball, so he must be doing a lot of things right. And he got a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Showed his power the opposite way.
So, brand new ball game as Russell Martin steps in and takes strike 1. That ball back 7 or 8 rows to right field. Colabello showing you pretty good pop going the opposite way. Martin taking it just off the outer edge. Russell Martin hitting a .244. 15 home runs, 52 driven in. Just a handful of at-bats against Holland in the past as he takes strike 2. Now our 4 leaderboard showing you the major league ranks for these Toronto Blue Jays, and they are good, boy. In the major leagues, they're first in runs per game, first in on-base percentage, first in slugging, first in average with runners in scoring position, and they're second in home runs. Trailing the Astros by 1 home run now. Holland set for the 2-2 pitch. 3-2. Now Martin, who hit 6th in the order, trying to get aboard. Kevin Pillar, the center fielder, will follow him. Payoff pitch on the way. Got him swinging.
Well, good pitch.
Pulled the string.
Yep, pulled the string, threw a little off-speed pitch. Martin 3-2, looking fastball, fooled by it, and Derek gets strikeout.
Second strikeout for Holland before Pillar comes in. Let's welcome in Jim Knox. Hello, Jim.
All right, hello, Buzz. Hey, appreciate it. September 13th, big happenings here at Globe Life Park. It's called Compete Every Day. It targets the fitness world. And I tell you what, if you get on TexasRangers.com and hit Compete Every Day, that's the tab, you'll get this nice shirt that Fritz is trying to model right here. This is an extra small on him, but it fits very well. Compete Every Day, that's the tab. Discount tickets, TexasRangers.com. Click that tab, and you'll get this nice shirt. Buzz?
All right, Noxie, thank you. Boy, you can sure tell who got all the artistic sensibility in that family, can't you? In Fritz's family?
Noxie's the one that should be pumping the iron, boy. I don't think there's anyone in this stadium in better shape than Noxie.
No, there isn't.
Tom, just to let you know, they're competing every day right here, knocking off this boomstick right here, huh? These guys?
Whoa.
Huh? Pretty good. Competing every day right here.
Are those dueling boomsticks? Is that what's going on there?
What kind of boomstick is that? Chumunga.
Wow.
Okay, there we go. You got a lot of catching up over here, buddy.
Are they trying to knock it down by themselves?
What, are you going to go down and help them?
No.
Oh, what's that, Tom? What's that? Sorry.
They try to knock it down all by themselves?
Is this all by yourself? You're not giving her just anything? A little bit. You can do it. Tom, look at this. I mean, literally, he's polished off more than half.
Wow. Pretty
Very
impressive.
nice. And he's getting another one in an hour, right?
He's just getting warmed up.
Yeah. A 1-on-2 out. Here's Ben Revere, and Holland going to work on Kevin Pillar at first. Pillar with pretty good speed over there, so you do well to keep a close eye on him. Ben Revere, another one of the acquisitions by the Blue Jays. Last 5 ball games, he's hit .450 and takes a strike to make it 1-1. Derek Holland, as had happened his last start against the Seattle Mariners. The first run he gave up was a home run. Last time it was Mark Trumbo. Chris Colabello here tonight. Foul off to the left from Ben Revere, and the count moves to 1-2.
Buzz, I have a shout out. Longtime Duncanville high school baseball coach and all-around good guy, Bob Rombach, has gone through some chemotherapy. And Bob, we want you to know that we wish you the best. Send our thoughts and best wishes for your recovery. Bob, I got to know Bob well when he was coaching at Duncanville. He ran one of the best baseball programs in the history of Texas baseball.
Go to second, not in time. Pilar able to swipe second as he got a big jump, and it was also an off-speed pitch that Holland threw, so not much of a chance for Bobby Wilson to gun down Pilar, his 16th stolen base.
Not many teams went into Duncanville and came out a winner during Bob's tenure over there. Bob, I remember those days, and again, we're all wishing you the best. By the way, Bob's granddaughter, Abigail Graham, is one of the Rangers ball girls.
Good
and
for her.
Ranger ball girls are the best in the league.
Revere, a little looper to Beltre, and Adrian makes the catch. That will do it. But Chris Colabello gets the Blue Jays on the board with his 13th home run of the year. One stranded after 1.5. Rangers 1, Blue Jays 1. Reasonably cool evening out here at Globe Life Park. 85 degrees as Mark Buehrle goes to work in the bottom of the second inning. Elvis Andrus takes strike one. Elvis, a .257 average. He has half a dozen home runs and 47 RBI. Trying to slow Buehrle down just a little bit. 0-1 pitch to Lewitzki. Sidearm throw, and that is out number one. A little unusual, but he got it done.
I don't know that I've ever seen that exact ground ball played that exact same way.
No. But it goes down to 6-3 in my scorebook, I guess.
Yeah, me too.
I think you can pretty much play it any way you want to if you're going to get the guy out. But that is unusual. Maybe he felt like he needed to work on his throw coming in. Rougned Odor now facing Mark Buehrle. Odor, a .276 average. Chops that foul into the Ranger dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rougned, 10 home runs, 41 driven in this year. He is still the top hitter on the Ranger club since the All-Star break, hitting over .320. Changeup floats a little bit low. It's 2-1.
It'll be fun when the game's over. We can't do this, but to look at the strike zone and see if you could plot every pitch that Buehrle throws. There's one right down the middle. I was just going to say, and see how many pitches you see in the strike zone, and how many are right around the strike zone, a couple of inches away from it or just touching it. Predominantly, that's where they'll be. Not many will be right there. And when you get one, you hope you hit it.
Yeah.
You won't see too many right there hanging. He's got 2. He's had 2 in this at bat.
That's off the end of the bat foul, and Rougned hanging tough. Now Buehrle he's really a master of subtle changes in movement, subtle changes in velocity. There's that kind of front door cutter that he tried to run to the inside corner and just missed. So the count is full. Odor trying to get aboard with 1 out. Bobby Wilson, the catcher, is going to be next. Payoff pitch. That ball's hit well to right field. Bautista stopped. Goodbye. Well, he got 3 in the at-bat, and the third one left the ballpark. Number 11 for Odor. The Rangers lead it 2-1.
Yeah, very unusual for Buehrle to give a batter that many pitches to hit in the same at bat. But he's not going to be perfect all the time. And you hope you get him on a night when he's not perfect. And he throws balls over the plate to a guy like Odor who can launch them.
Rougned Odor. Big bear hug by Mike Napoli. I have a feeling that Knapp might have suggested what Rougned ought to look for up there.
He threw him. Well, you see number 8. That was covering up one pitch earlier in the count, so he threw him 3 balls right down the middle of the plate.
And Bobby Wilson rolls out to short. That's out number 2, and it brings up Ryan Strasburger.
Well, had no chance. Not after he's seen the same pitch a couple of times in the same at bat. Buehrle's been pitching great. His last 14 starts, he has a 2.45 ERA, but his last start was his shortest start of the year in Philadelphia. He only went 4 innings. Got knocked around a little bit in that start.
The Rangers trying to pick up exactly where the Phillies left off with him.
Yep.
Rougned just dropped the bat, put his head down, and go. That he knew that was gone.
He's some kind of player, boy.
1-1 pitch. Ryan takes a bit low. Strasburger hitting at 229. 0 for 7 on the just completed trip to Detroit. To right field. Right at Jose Bautista. That'll do it. But Rougned Odor with his 11th home run of the year puts the Rangers back on top. We'll go to the third. Rangers 2-1. The Rangers the lead once again. Now Cliff Pennington, the number 9 hitter, a switch hitter up there against Derek Holland, takes high for ball 1. You know, a moment ago we had a chance to catch up with Mike Maddox, Rangers pitching coach. Mike, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Derek Holland out there tonight. Anything special that you have to be aware of or keep a watch on with Derek? This is just his second start coming back.
Well, a lot of times Derek's in a big hurry. You know, he's trying to get 9 outs with 1 pitch, and he's trying to pitch a complete game in 1 inning. So let's take it, you know, pitch by pitch, the old proverb there, but really keep him on pace where he just focuses on 1 pitch at a time.
Mike, how nice is it for you and Jeff when it gets to the middle of the game, 6th inning, you've got a little bit of a lead, and you look down to the bullpen with the guys you've got out there now? That must be a pretty comforting feeling, isn't it?
Tell you what, those boys have really risen to the occasion. You know, the addition of the 2 new guys, Sam Dyson and Jake Diekman, they've really solidified that 7, 8, 9, and really trying to get the ball to Tollison, where he's been good all year, and Keeler's been really good all year, so it really kind of shortens the game for us.
You know, we'll stay on those 2 guys, especially down at the tail end. If you look at their numbers, it wouldn't suggest they were going to be lights out for you, but all of a sudden they come into a pennant stretch drive, and they get better.
I think they're rising to the occasion, as I said earlier. You know, these guys are competitors. The juices really get going when the big outs are in front of them, and they're getting them, and everything is great, and we're a better ball club when they're out there pitching.
Mike, thanks very much for the time. We appreciate it. Keep it going.
You bet. Thanks.
Yep. All right, Mike Maddox, that's a pretty good crew down there that the Rangers have assembled for that bullpen now.
Yeah, I think it's gone from at times being a question mark to being one of the strengths of the team over the last month and a half.
You know, Tom, I don't know how you feel about it, Tom, but looking back, the Rangers, not going back to even the 90s with the first championship teams, I can't remember a bullpen that was as much a lockdown kind of bullpen with the power arms, 3 or 4 of them down there that the Rangers have had.
Yeah, not with the numbers they've got out there now. When you look at the guys that he mentioned, Diekman, Tollison, Dyson, Kella, you know, all these guys are throwing 97, 98 miles an hour. You add Sam Freeman to it, who's turned into a very solid left-hander. He's throwing 94, 95 miles an hour.
Tulowitzki, a little dunker into center field for his second hit of the night.
And the other guys, Anthony Bass is a long man. Heck, he's coming in throwing 95 miles an hour. He's got a good slider. And Spencer Patton has at times been a little bit inconsistent, but in any given time he can come in and show some well above average stuff too. So when you look at all 7 guys down there in the bullpen, boy, that's a strength of the team. And I think the Rangers are the kind of team now, and I won't compare them to Kansas City because those guys have been doing it for quite a while. But when the game gets to be the 5th or 6th inning and the Rangers have a lead, there's a lot of those hitters on the other team thinking, oh boy, who are they bringing in now? Because it's not going to be a lot of fun to hit against them.
1 on and 1 out. Josh Donaldson takes a strike. Well, here's making a good pitch and not getting anything to show for it.
Well, that's what he's got to do. Pound him in. Had a little bit of cutting action on that ball and just was off the plate, jammed him. Still ended up getting a base hit.
Donaldson a drive to right center field. The Shields and Chu. It's Delino to Shields to run it down. Back to first goes Tulowitzki. A long drive off the bat of Josh Donaldson, but Rangers had a guy there. Delino from a little bit toward left center field ran that ball down right in front of the 407 marker.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell watching them both go after the ball originally how far that ball was going to go, but luckily Delino sees it all the way and goes back and makes the play on the warning track. Carried a little bit more than it looked like off the bat. Fortunately, Delino had the speed to run that ball down in right center field.
He had a lot of ground to cover, and he did it in a hurry. Donaldson giving you a pretty good idea of how strong he is. So that is a very big out, number 2, and it brings up Jose Bautista. First pitch low and inside for ball 1. Well, the delay was looking at the replay to see if Tulowitzki had gone by second base and not retouched on the way to first. I think you saw on that replay that his left foot did go over the bag, but it looked like he scraped it on the way back. That ball is hammered to left field. If it's fair, it is gone, and it is fair. Jose Bautista, with his 30th home run of the year, a 2-run blast. He has turned this game around. The Blue Jays lead it 3-2.
There are just so many guys in the lineup that can do this. It just puts the pressure on the pitcher to not make any mistakes. And when you hang an off-speed pitch to a guy like Bautista, man, he just crushed that ball. It was one of those balls I think he was trying to get it down and in, and it stayed right in the middle of the plate. And Bautista's eyes lit up when he swung at that ball.
So the Blue Jays now on top. Here's Edwin Encarnacion, and Derek really pulling the string.
That's where he tried to throw the ball to Bautista, down, maybe a little out of the strike zone, but it hung in the middle of the plate. There's not many guys in this lineup that you can afford to make a mistake to. 5 of them anyway.
Yeah, you go 1 through 6, and I'll throw Russell Martin in there.
Yeah, make it 6.
Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of margin for error. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. And now 2-1 as Encarnacion takes inside. Encarnacion hit a bullet right back up the middle, but that's where the Rangers have Rougned Odor stationed. Rougned threw him out the first time. Holland with a 2-1 pitch to center field. And Delino DeShields has this one measured. That will do it. But Jose Bautista with his 30th home run of the year. A 2-run blast off of their Lexus Club Terrace. Upper box, upper reserve, or grandstand reserve sections. That's a savings of up to 77%. Plus 16-ounce sodas and frozen treats will be available for just $2 each. Use the coupon code POSTSEASON at TexasRangers.com. And Delino DeShields lofts a drive to deep left center field. Going back at the wall. Ball is gone.
Home run derby.
Delino DeShields with his 2nd home run. We have a brand new ball game, tied at 3.
I'll say this for Delino, for a guy that's only hit 2 home runs, the 2 he's hit haven't been just little bloopers that go 330 feet down the line. First one was way out down the left field line, and this one went out into Elvis Andrus territory, out the bullpen in left center field, 410 feet away. Wow, that's pretty good.
Delino got one of those pitches up in the middle.
Burley's grooving some off-speed pitches out over the plate. Struck out Delino on 3 soft 80-mile-an-hour pitches the first time up, and gives up a home run the next time. Delino was ready for him.
No, Delino DeShields his 2nd big league home run. And Burley now working to Shin-Soo Choo, who is 1 for 1. Choo dumped a single into center field in the first inning. Trying to take it the other way, and it's out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now we're just in the bottom of the 3rd, and already we've had 4 home runs in this ball game, 2 by each team. One-two pitches in tight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mark Burley having a little trouble with command, getting the ball down where he wants it. That one's down, and Russell Martin just about ready to throw that ball around the infield, but not to be, as home plate umpire Mike Estabrook said, no, that is ball 3. The count is full to Choo. Now Burley working quickly, the payoff pitch. Low ball 4. Choo drawing the walk. And before Prince Fielder comes in, we're going to send it over to Dana Larson for a Boston game break.
Prince Fielder.
All right, Dana, thank you. Well, here it's a 3-3 ball game. Prince Fielder popped out to short his first time to the plate. He's got Choo at first, nobody out. A run across here in the 3rd. Tapper back to the mound. To second, they get 1. Tulowitzki on to first for the double play. So Choo is erased. A 1-6-3 twin killing. The base is empty for Adrian Beltre.
Burley, not only a very good pitcher, he's a very good fielding pitcher. He's won a Rollins Gold Glove before.
Here's Adrian, who got the Rangers scoring started with a triple high off the right field wall his first time up. Beltre now with an even 40 runs driven in. 2 balls, no strikes. Crowd on hand, and kind of what's turned into a little bit of a sultry evening here at Globe Life Park. Humidity rather high, but enough of a breeze to keep the air moving around the stadium. Two and two now. We're talking about Mark Burley. How about our Kubota power stats with Mark Burley? 486 consecutive starts without being on the disabled list. That's the longest active streak in Major League Baseball. And Adrian Beltre taking him the other way again with a base hit this time. Now Mark Burley, 16 seasons in the major leagues. He has not been on the disabled list one time. That is remarkable. Guy's had 14 consecutive years of 200 plus innings of work. He has just been, well, to say he's a workhorse is really an understatement. 1 on, 2 out. Mitch Moreland a strikeout first time, and he skies the left center field. Pilar on the move, going back toward the track. Makes the call and the catch. That will do it. Now Mitch gave it a ride, came up a little bit short. Delino DeShields, however, did not come up short. His second. Always have a feature when we're home here at Globe Life Park. Mark McLemore. That good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Having a little trouble keeping the ball in the ballpark. Both these guys tonight.
It's kind of exciting, actually.
It
you
is.
know, a slugfest.
Well, look at the Blue Jays coming in here. You wouldn't have expected anything less, right?
You definitely wouldn't expect anything less from them. That's not surprising at all.
Colabello got the home run barrage started. He had won the opposite way his first time up. That was back in the second. Colabello now with the 13 home runs and 49 RBI, hitting at a very lofty 332. In fact, Tom and I were talking about the lineup. You got to drop a guy like Josh Donaldson in the 2 spot. The quality of hitter he is, and it tells you how strong the whole lineup as a whole is, I guess.
You know, it really does. Budge and I were talking about the same thing. Donaldson's hitting second, and he's got 100 RBIs.
Yeah.
You got Tulo in the leadoff spot. I mean, that's a guy that's typically down in any other order.
Yeah.
But with the guys they've got here, man, they've got a pretty stout lineup.
It looks like Derek Holland trying to feel his way through in the early going here. He hasn't had the kind of command that, well, maybe he had his first time out, or just, maybe it's accentuated a bit when you get a team that's hitting as well as the Blue Jays are. That they don't let you get away with too many mistakes. 3 and 2 now to Colabello.
Now, as a pitcher, do you tend to try not to make a mistake? when you're facing a lineup like this?
No. That's because if I tried to do something like that, I knew I was going to make a bunch of them. You know, all you can do, I think, is identify what you have to work with on any given night, whether it's you know, your breaking ball's better than normal, your fastball command is good, or whatever you have going, and then utilize that the best way you can. Try to keep it out of an area where these guys can extend their arms, and that's not easy to do. Payoff pitch to Colabello. Elvis gliding to his left. One gone. And before Russell Martin comes up, let's check in with Jim Knox.
All right, Buzz, look who we have here. Special guest. This is Coach Robert Hughes, Sr., the all-time winningest basketball coach everywhere. 1,333 wins. Got to throw out the first pitch tonight. Big-time Ranger fan. How did you do, Coach? Was it picture perfect?
Perfect.
Perfect. There we go.
Nolan Ryan is worried to death about me.
I like that. Now, Coach, what are you doing? You retired from Dunbar 10 years ago. What are you doing nowadays?
As close to nothing as I can get.
Okay, I like that. Now, your son took over from you at Dunbar. He's with you tonight. They got a documentary filming right now about you. Everything's happening great. So give us the tip to your success, Coach. If you could give one tip on how do you be a great coach, what would it be?
How do you be a great anything? You don't let anybody outwork you.
I like it. All right, Coach. Well, good to see you. Look like you're in great shape. Good to have you out here, and we'll let you enjoy the rest of the game. Appreciate it, Buzz.
All right, Knoxy, thank you.
You know, Buzz, we're talking about Bob Rombach, one of the greatest high school baseball coaches in Texas baseball history. Coach Hughes at Dunbar, not only one of the greatest coaches in the history of Texas basketball, he's one of the greatest coaches in the history of college, high school basketball anywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Our kids used to play against Dunbar, and man, when you played them, he rotated about 8 or 9 guys. They pressed all the way, fast broke all the way, and I'll tell you, if you weren't ready to play them, they'd outscore you 100-50 in about 3 quarters. He was some kind of coach, and he had a lot of great players over there. A lot of them went on to play in college.
Yeah, and you know the thing I hear most about him too, Tom, is that he turned out great people.
Yeah, he was a great motivator, a great molder of young men.
Kevin Pillar, the hitter. Russell Martin at first after being hit by a pitch. And Holland able to drop in that slow breaking ball. Pillar had a base hit to center his first time up. Not at a very good month of August, just 197. He had a little disagreement with a wall back in July and kind of messed his hand up a bit. And he said he's paying the price for it. Those walls usually aren't very forgiving. That ball gets away from Bobby Wilson, but it was just right in line for Russell Martin to not be able to tell depth-wise how far it was away from Wilson, so he stayed put. That one rolling in a direct line away from Wilson, according to how Russell was looking at it, so he said, no, not going to try it. And Russell Martin's been banged up a little bit, too. He's playing with a kind of a gimpy hamstring. 2-1 pitch. Shallow right field. Long run in for Chu toward the line. Still coming. He makes the grab. Just in foul territory for out number 2. Well, Ben Revere will be next, but first of all, we're going to send it over to Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. Astros, after being shut out last night 1-0, decided to make up for it. Ben Revere takes a strike. It is 0-1. That last play by Shin-Soo Choo. And Choo had a long way to go. Any danger of having to run that far and that hard, the ball bouncing around in your eyesight?
Absolutely, especially when you're coming close to the wall. There's not a lot of foul territory between that line and the wall, so yes, your head can start bouncing a little bit, but the thing that I worry about most when you've got a corner outfielder going to the line like that, that ball is going to come back into fair territory. If there's a right-hander that hit that ball there, it's going to fade back into the field. So you've got to be careful not to overrun that play.
Yeah, and you see that happen quite a bit, don't you, Matt?
You really do. You'll see a guy reach back over his head and make the catch, or some guys just flat out miss it.
Yeah.
So you've got to be careful of that.
I'm going to tell you a story about that, Mac, in just a second. We're playing in Fenway Park, and I've got probably 20 of my best friends sitting on the left field foul line. And Kari Yastrzemski hit this sky-high pop-up down the line, and I was playing way out towards center field. And I'm running, I don't think I can get there as fast as I can. I get to the foul line, go like this, and it lands about 5 feet behind me, right in front of my friends. It was my most embarrassing moment as a player. I never heard the end of that. I could have caught that ball.
Timing is everything.
Oh, man.
I think
so
everybody's
that did it to me, exactly what you're talking about.
I think everybody's got that story about Fenway. I had one similar play to that. Didn't have friends in the stands, but I'm playing second base. My rookie year, Jim Rice hit a skyrocket. I mean, it's up there, and I'm going over there, I get to the line, I'm still going, and then all of a sudden it's starting to fade back, and I'm falling back, and boom, and I missed it. One of the few fly balls I ever missed.
Yeah, the roof is so low short there that you don't know exactly what's going to happen.
Yep.
Well, Derek Holland knows what's going to happen. He got the punch out of Ben Revere. No runs, no hits, one left after 3.5. We are tied at 3.
But he's been willing to change. Some things we've done physically as well with his footwork that's helped him go into his glove side to increase his range. Just something minor that I saw watching the video. And we corrected that right away, and but he's been outstanding.
And Beasley said that Elvis actually came to him, asked for help, and said that he's had trouble, staying focused and being on his toes every single play as innings lag on and as games lag on, and admitted that he needed help and wanted Beasley to help him be accountable. And I know that's kind of hard to understand from our perspective, maybe, and a fan's perspective, for a player to admit that, but for him to come forward and say that to Beasley and want to make a change, to me, is a respectable quality, guys.
Thank you, Em. Yeah, you're exactly right. Good point. Very few changes are made unless you feel like there has to be a change, the individual.
Right, I like that. It's something he felt he needed to get better. He could be better. He's a big part of this team, and going and seeking out help is something that you don't normally see from a veteran ball player.
And a little service into the right field corner for the double.
That's such a good feeling right there when you do that. You didn't hit it particularly well, but it's going to end up being a double.
Sure is.
Elvis aboard in scoring position now with nobody out. Rougned Odor, who homered his first time, takes ball 1.
Yeah, I think Burley's going to do whatever he can to keep the ball out of the middle of the plate to Rougned. He tossed 3 there in the last at bat, fouled a couple off, but didn't miss the third one.
Our AT&T Uverse Rewind will show you the product of that last one in the middle. Rougned Odor. No bat flip, nothing. Just dropped the bat, put his head down, ran to first.
I think he's gotten rid of that, fortunately.
And he rips it to right. That is in for a hit. And go to the wall. Elvis will score. Odor to second. Rangers take the lead on back-to-back doubles. 4-3 Texas.
That thing was a rocket right there. If he got that up in the air, that would have gone into the concourse just to the right, just to the left of the foul pole. That ball he hit in Detroit, too. That fastball in. That kid's 21 years old, a second baseman. Burley's not going to get him out if he keeps throwing the ball there.
If he throws a strike, Odor's going to crush it. And you look at that at bat, he took the first couple of pitches. He knows what his job is. He's got to pull the ball to get Elvis over to third base at least. That's the least he's got to do there. Took the first couple of pitches away, waited, was very patient, got one on the middle in the middle of the plate, and yanked it down the right field line. Man. Great at bat. You just see the maturity in this young player.
He's not up there trying to punch a base hit up the middle either, boy. He's swinging it like the big guys.
He's got big guys' numbers in double and a home run.
A couple of years, they're going to be looking at him like he is a big guy, too.
Liam Hendricks, right-hander, getting loose now in that Blue Jay bullpen. Pete Walker, the pitching coach, had gone out. Bobby Wilson up there to try and drop down a sacrifice bunt, and he takes ball one. Wilson, a ground ball to short, his first time up there. Bobby overall a 180 hitter, 242 as a Ranger. And the bunt is down. It's a good one. Donaldson on to first with second baseman Pennington covering. Sacrifice goes 5-4. On to third goes Odor. He's 90 feet away for Ryan Strasburger. It'll take just a second to remind you this Friday, August 28th, Rangers take on the Baltimore Orioles. And fans who stick around after the game will be treated to a post-game fireworks show set to music highlighting the history of pop music. Fans using the online coupon code FIREWORKS at TexasRangers.com/specials can get $14 seats, and they're going fast, so don't wait. Get your tickets for Friday night. Ryan Strasburger takes inside for ball one. Ryan, a fly ball to right his first time up. You see the Blue Jay infield pulled all the way in with the speedy Rougned Odor at third base and just one out. Little looper to right. Bautista with a catch. Odor tagging. Here comes the throw. The slide, he's safe. Odor scoring. The Rangers lead it 5-3.
Bautista has a strong arm, so it's a good thing someone with a little speed was running, but it was a close play. Rougned drove one in and scored one.
I like this. They're playing baseball. They manufactured that run. A couple of doubles. Drove in the first run. Then you've got Bobby Wilson lays down a bunt to get the runner over to third. Strasburger comes up with a sac fly to right. This is the kind of baseball they're going to have to continue to play. Keep continuing chasing this Astros ball club and get to the division lead.
Yeah, solid fundamental baseball. Get him on, get him over, and get him in. And that's exactly what they did. So the Rangers with two here in the fourth inning. And Delino DeShields up there. Delino 1 for 2. Had that solo home run in the third. And DeShields looking back at Russell Martin as if Martin was saying something to him. Burley's 1-1 pitch. Tulowitzki. Strong throw, just does. Yet Delino DeShields at first, and Tulowitzki's going to have to chalk that down in his memory bank for future reference. So the Rangers get 2 runs on back-to-back doubles and a sacrifice fly. 2 runs on 2 hits, nobody left. After 4, Rangers leading the Blue Jays 5. Now Derek Holland in the driver's seat now. He has a 2-run lead with which to work. It's 5-3 Rangers. Dealing to Cliff Pennington to start off the top of the 5th inning. Pennington, the number 9 hitter in the order. And he takes inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Pennington, a fly ball to left as he led off the 3rd inning. Rangers 5 runs on 7 hits tonight. Blue Jays 3 runs on 5 hits. A lot of extra base hits. Rangers with 2 doubles that past inning, creating the 2 runs. Also had a couple of home runs and a triple. Island's 2-1 delivery. Pennington leading off in the 5th inning. He'll be followed by the top of the order and Troy Tulowitzki. Ball 4. Oh, a strike. Sorry.
Not so fast, Buzz.
All right. Got me. Mike Estabrook rang me up too.
So basically you have already flipped your bet and headed on the first.
I'm gone. Matter of fact, I've probably taken my glove off and the whole thing. Now the payoff pitch. Popped up behind the plate. Bobby Wilson off with the mask, makes the grab. And a nice job by Derek Holland to come back and get Cliff Pennington for out number 1. Well, during the last half inning, Ranger fans had a chance to acknowledge Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, who was put up on the scoreboard. Chuck Morgan, the director of In-Park Entertainment, acknowledging Pudge's selection to the Latino Baseball Hall of Fame. Nice video tribute to Pudge and acknowledging the cheers of the fans. And Tulowitzki pulling the next pitch foul for strike one. Tulowitzki had to get a new piece of lumber. That last bat was sawed off in his hands by Derek Holland. Tulowitzki is 2 out of 2. He has dumped a pair of singles into center field, hitting .236 as a member of the Blue Jays. In the air to center field. The line to Shields. 2 gone. 2 outs, bases empty. Josh Donaldson coming up. We're going to go over to Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. People going crazy home run wise all around the league tonight, including here. Donaldson flied out to deep center field last time up. Struck out the first time and he faced Derek Holland. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Josh Donaldson, you remember we talked about in our pregame, the year that he is having, leads Major League Baseball in extra base hits, runs, RBI. Last player to lead in all 3 of those categories. You have to go back to Hank Aaron in 1963. And anytime you have to go back to 1963 and Hank Aaron, you're doing something pretty special.
And a lot of players have played this game over the last 50 years, and to put up those kind of numbers, like you said, going back that far, that's doing a lot.
Donaldson fouls that out of play to the right. The count evens at 2-2. Yeah, can you just mention the same breath with Hank Aaron? I think you're doing a lot. Derek Holland trying to have his first real 1-2-3 inning. He only faced 3 in the first, but he gave up a single, had a double play. 2-2.
That's right. That's what we talked about that earlier in the game. These guys like power hitters, like the ball out over the plate. You got to be able to pound your fastball in. Didn't get the call on that one. It's a little bit inside, but it's a good pitch.
Holland to the wind, the payoff pitch. Lost it. Donaldson. And most guys are going to swing at that.
He did the first time.
Yeah.
Huh?
That was close enough.
Like it.
Well, folks, there are just a couple of chances left this season to come on out for the Dollar Hot Dog Night at Globe Life Park. Next opportunity to enjoy this ballpark tradition would happen to be tomorrow. Head on out to Globe Life Park, cheer your Rangers on against these Toronto Blue Jays, and enjoy all the dollar hot dogs you want to have. $1 each. Tickets are available, TexasRangers.com. Get yours for tomorrow night. 1 on, 2 out. Jose Bautista, who slammed his 30th home run of the year last time up. Take strike 1. Boy, you have back-to-back guys in your order. Bautista, 30 home runs, 87 RBI. Donaldson, 34 and 100. And those are just your 2-3 hitters. You got Encarnacion, who's swinging as hot a bat as there is in all of Major League Baseball. Pretty impressive group of thumpers. Holland's 0-2 pitch. Got him on the fist. Nice pitch by Derek. Wow. And
yeah, he didn't run on the play either.
Elvis will throw out Bautista. And that will do it. No runs, no hits. The Walker left stranded. And we have played half the ball game. It's the Rangers 5 and the Blue Jays 3. Better job for the Rangers. A 14-5 mark. Colby Lewis tying his career high, and he's looking to go ahead by setting a new career high here tomorrow. That'll be 7 o'clock, Fox Sports Southwest for you tomorrow night. Shin-Soo Choo leading things off ahead of the count now. 2 balls, no strike. Choo has been aboard both times tonight, a single and a walk. And he's going to hit that right into the teeth of the ship as Cliff Pennington throws him out, 1 away. So Chu retired for the first time. And now Prince Fielder. 5 runs allowed tonight, the most runs allowed in a game since May 1st for Mark Buehrle. 19 starts ago. That was against the Cleveland Indians. Prince takes a breaking ball over the outer edge. Fielder 0 for 2. He has grounded into a double play and popped out. Off the end of the bat to left field. Coming on is Revere. And, Ben Revere with a burst of speed. Makes the grab, 2 away for Adrian Beltre. Revere, one of those complimentary players picked up by the Toronto Blue Jays. Pretty good defensive player. John Gibbons feels like they really upgraded their left field defensively by getting Revere.
Well, he can go get him in the outfield, that's for sure. We've seen a number of his highlight reel plays that he's made over the years.
He really is center fielder by trade. He has that kind of speed and that kind of instinct. But this Kevin Pillar, who's playing center field for the Blue Jays now, is apparently one of the better ones coming along as far as covering center field.
Well, if Revere's in left, Pillar must be something special because Revere can play some center field.
Beltre up the middle, but right there, Tulowitzki. And Mark Buehrle has his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Rangers gone in order. We have finished 5. Rangers leading 5-3. And Mac, thanks for joining us. We'll see you after the ball game on Rangers Live. All right.
That was the great bus ride over by Eddie. You guys having a good time so far at the game?
We're having a great time. It's a blast. Eddie was great. It was a great ride over, too.
Anything else you'd like to say, Coach?
Go Rangers!
All right, appreciate it. Y'all enjoy the game, bud.
All right, Noxie. Derek Holland out to the hill for the 6th inning. Edwin Encarnacion leading things off. 1-0 pitch to him. That ball is hammered to left field. Ballpark is not going to hold that one. Encarnacion with his 25th home run of the year. It's a 5-4 Ranger lead.
Well, the last home run that Bautista hit was a hanging breaking ball. This looked like a high changeup. Derek's been hurt with the last 2 home runs on off-speed pitches that he just didn't get down where he wanted him to. He had a good last inning by pounding him in with a fastball, but that high changeup out over the plate turned into a long one to left field.
170 home runs now for the Toronto Blue Jays. Derek knew it. He was, as soon as he heard that sound, he knew what the result was going to be. No, a 1-run ball game now. And Chris Colabello fouls the pitch back. It is 0-1.
Derek has done a pretty good job tonight with the right-hand hitters when he's pounded them in with a fastball. He's had a lot of balls off the handle. He's made some good use of his off-speed pitches, but at the same time, pitches like that have hurt him. Hanging pitches. That one hung too far up out of the strike zone. And been able to get his breaking ball down the way he would want to, or down and away with the changeup tailing away from the right-hand hitters. At least a couple of them.
Colabello with the opposite field home run in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2. And he lines one to right center field. That is down for a hit. DeShields over to cut it off. He does and holds Colabello at first. A home run. Now a solid single to center. 1 on, nobody out. Russell Martin coming up.
Colabello hit a home run in the 2nd inning on a fastball out over the plate, a little bit away. And that's exactly where this pitch is, out over the plate. Well, actually right down the middle of the plate. Maybe not as far out over the plate as he wanted it to be.
And Mike Maddox, the slow walk out to the mound as the bullpen starts to loosen in support of Derek Holland. Holland, as you can see, at 90 pitches, 53 strikes, 37 balls. And Spencer Patton loosening in a hurry in the Ranger bullpen. And while we have a second here, we'd like to remind you that most Sundays feature kids promotions this year out here at Globe Life Park. And this Sunday, which is August 30th, the first 7,500 kids 13 and under will receive a Shin-Soo Choo blue batting helmet, sponsored by Dairy Queen. Head on over to TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS to get your seats for Sunday. Well, conference concluded. 1 on, nobody out. Russell Martin 0 for 1. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. Holland had Colabello kind of frozen. Here he is lead off, and Colabello getting up, dusting himself off, looking at Ed Hickox, the first base umpire. Colabello didn't exactly react quickly, did he?
Well, it almost looked like he was going to head towards second base.
He's over there muttering to himself under his breath.
Caught in a state of suspended animation there for about a second.
Another move over there. I would say after looking at those two retreats by Colabello that he has a hard time reading Derek's move. Think that'd be reasonable to say?
Yeah, I would say so. I'd take a short. If I were him, I'd take a shorter lead,
Yeah.
not worry about it.
Martin takes strike one. Martin, a .243 hitter, 15 home runs, 52 driven in, brought in by the Blue Jays to shore up the catching both offensively and defensively. Blue Jays just recently brought up Josh Thole again. And so they have 3 catchers along with Deoner Navarro and Russell Martin. As we mentioned, Martin banged up a little bit, so he's need to be kind of careful with him going down the stretch. Holland a check of first, the 0-1 pitch. Double play ground ball. Elvis to Odor to Moore.
That's what Derek and the Rangers needed right there. An atom ball. Made the pitch with his fastball and got the double play.
Well, base is empty, 2 away for Kevin Pillar. Sometimes you throw those in that place, you don't get them back, and sometimes they turn into double plays.
Exactly. Hit the ball hard, but right at somebody.
So Holland now, with the bases empty, goes back to the windup. And Pillar takes an off-speed pitch a bit low for ball 1. Elvis, 126 double plays turned this season. Rangers second most in the American League. Odor and Andrus a big part of those. Rubnev's going to handle this one by Pillar, and that will do it. Blue Jays get a run closer, though. Edwin Encarnacion with his 25th home run of the year. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's down the Rangers up against Mark Buehrle. Moreland 0 for 2, a fly ball and a strikeout. And Buehrle, this is low and outside, his 73rd pitch of the night. Pitch last time up, skied to pretty deep left center field. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Hits are even at 7 now for the two teams. Rangers leading by a run. It'll be Moreland, Andrus, and Odor here in the Rangers 6th. Out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rublev Odor, and at last play, it looked like the ball hit him off the tip of the finger. He had a shot of that where he's kind of lobbed the ball to first base, and it didn't look real good. But he got that finger bandaged up.
You can see the way he threw it, and now you're going to see the blood coming out of it.
Crack a nail or something like that?
Yeah, I thought earlier in the game he lobbed the ball over there. I couldn't tell whether it hurt him or not. Boy, Mitch just missed a home run his last time up to left center field and just missed a double down the line on this one. Yeah, could have hit the back of his fingers, broken the nail maybe.
Whatever it was, it didn't feel very good.
No, it didn't.
Tell that by his reaction. Well, Moreland lines out, 1 away, and here's Elvis. And Rubned with the bandage on that middle finger, getting back out there, ready to take his at bat. Elvis pops up the first pitch. Donaldson, the third baseman, going to run out of room. That ball's back in the 6th row.
Yeah, I think Rugi will be able to figure out a way to swing the bat. I don't know how he's going to figure out a way to throw, though. Let's see which finger it is.
I think it was his middle finger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I guess you can throw with something on it. Quarterbacks throw with a glove on, so I guess you can throw a baseball with a Band-Aid on your hand.
Elvis takes high and away, 1-1.
Dick Allen on cold days used to wear golf gloves. We didn't have batting gloves way back then, but he wore golf gloves on both hands. He's the first one I ever saw wear a glove on his throwing hand. He was a first baseman. I don't think I've ever seen another baseball player do it. Always been amazed though how a quarterback can throw the ball with a glove on his right hand.
That is out number 2. Now Rougned Odor, and before Rougned comes up, we'll send it over to Dana Larson. Pause the game break. All right, Dana, thank you. Here it's 5-4 Rangers as we play in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Rougned Odor, who has homered and doubled, he has scored 2 runs tonight. Chops that next pitch foul. And Burley with the advantage in the count, now 0-2. Odor with an RBI double in the 4th inning. He was driven home on a sacrifice fly by Ryan Strasburg. So Odor, the average back up over 280, 281. Last 11 home games, Odor has hit almost 350. 1-2 pitch. Call, strike 3. No, Burley, a 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 9 straight now. We get set to go to the top of the 7th inning. The Rangers 5, where Derek Holland's night is finished. It'll be the left-hander Jake Diekman.
It looks like Odor's night is finished too, Buzz. I think he's walking off the field, and you know, it probably makes sense right here. He just hit. Rangers have a 1-run lead late in the game. You probably don't want to take a chance on any kind of an errant throw because of his finger. And the other side of it is Hanser Alberto is a very good defensive player. Probably makes sense to make that move. Hopefully Rougned's okay, because Rangers can ill afford not to have him in the lineup.
So Hanser Alberto on, and the new pitcher is Jake Diekman. This is his 13th game in a Ranger uniform. He has been just outstanding. Opposition hitting $119 against him. And he will take on the Blue Jays here in the 7th, starting with the left fielder Ben Revere. Cliff Pennington and Troy Tulowitzki to follow. Revere has lined out and struck out. First ball swinging. That'll slice back and out of play. No balls and a strike. Revere, a 274 average. His personal knowledge of Jake Diekman from the days in the National League. 1 ball and 1 strike. Diekman unscored upon, and in his last 3 outings has not given up a hit or a walk. 3 perfect innings with 3 strikeouts. Oh, Revere, that was a self-defense swing right there. He was trying to keep that ball from tailing in to hit it. 1-2. I wouldn't think it's very comfortable for a left-handed hitter to face Jake Diekman when he's throwing.
Like we were talking earlier in the game, Buzz, I think we got a lot of guys coming out of the bullpen. You may get some hits against them, and
yeah,
they're going to give up some runs. They're not perfect, but it's not comfortable to face them.
And Ben Revere, one of the toughest to strike out. 4th best ratio in the American League. And took that just off the plate. Well, the count is full. Diekman dealing to Revere, the number 8 hitter. Cliff Pennington, the second baseman, is in the on-deck circle. Rangers leading by a run, 5-4. We play in the top of the 7th inning. Payoff pitch. Up the middle by Diekman into center, a base hit. No, Revere able to get the count into a fastball count. And he drove it right back through the box, a leadoff single. And it will bring up Pennington, who we'll see if he's asked to bunt or not.
He had a high fastball, and Revere's kind of a slasher up there. He's not a guy that walks very much. He get the bat on it.
Well, the 8th hit of the night for the Toronto Blue Jays. Cliff Pennington 0 for 2. He has flied out and fouled out. Adrian Beltre in front of the cut of the grass at third, sneaking down the line as he keeps an eye on Pennington to see whether Pennington can tip his hand or not. Revere with pretty good speed at first. The bunt is on and the pitch is taken for ball one.
Not what you call an orthodox left-handed swing. A little hitch in the swing. You can take that hitch in your swing as long as you do it in time and get your bat back up in time. And he certainly did that. In the old days, you go back 40, 50, 60 years, a lot of guys hit like that.
Yeah.
Jackie Robinson was famous for that kind of a swing. Mel Ott, if you ever saw a video of him, he dropped his hands down around his hip, had a huge leg kick.
Stan Musial.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter what you're doing then. It's where you end up when it's time to get your bat ready to swing.
Right.
And those guys wouldn't have had the careers they had if they didn't accomplish that.
A ball and a strike. Diekman a check at first. He will drive Revere back one more time. Revere stepping off his lead once again. And the bunt is on. It's popped up and into foul territory. Nobody could get to it. Bobby Wilson and Mitch Moreland had a shot at it, but just right in between them. No, the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Bobby, it didn't look like he was able to pick up that ball right away. He was looking down for a second. That cost him the chance to be able to get down there to grab it. Sam Dyson, sinker ball right-hander, loosening in the Ranger bullpen.
Yeah, I think if it gets into this inning with Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion coming up, you probably want that right-hander.
2-2, the count to Cliff Pennington.
In fact, you might consider it if Pennington happened to get on first and second, nobody out, trying to get the double play with the right-hand pitcher. Tulowitzki, Donaldson, Bautista, Encarnacion, Colabella, Martin, all right-hand hitters.
Got him on the fist, a little pop-up. Alberto makes the grab, and Revere back to first. That is a very big out, number 1.
And one thing about the Blue Jay lineup, you better have success against the bottom of the lineup because it's tough to navigate through everybody else on a consistent basis.
No, Jeff Bannister thinking along the same lines you are, Tom. He's going out there. He wants the right-hander Dyson to come in. So Jake Diekman gives up the leadoff single, gets the pop out. He has 1 on and 1 out. He will leave and turn things over to Sam Dyson. Sinker balling right-hander will come in. We will take a timeout at Globe Life Park. Rangers leading. Went to University of South Carolina. Dyson out of Jesuit High School in the Tampa Bay area. Same school that produced Dave Magadan, Lou Piniella, and some other baseball luminaries. On here to face the top of the order, Troy Tulowitzki, with Ben Revere at first, carrying the tying run in this ball game. Tulowitzki is 2 out of 3 tonight, a pair of singles. Also fly to center field. Rangers looking for that ground ball at a middle infield. Bottom falling right out of that single.
Well, he's the kind of guy you want up there when you're looking for a double play, that's for sure.
Tulowitzki in the National League grounded into 13 double plays. He is grounded into just 1 as a Blue Jay. Nothing in 2. Now, it's not very often you look at a sinker ball pitcher like Dyson, a sinker ball pitcher period, and say he has swing and miss stuff. But Dyson has a swing and miss sinker.
Yeah, I would say most sinker ball pitchers probably aren't strikeout pitchers.
Troy Tulowitzki would tell you that it's not that easy to make contact. 2 gone.
You know, the other thing about it, Buzz, those pitches probably had maybe even a little more movement than he normally has, and they were more 94-ish rather than 98-ish. I don't know if that makes any difference or not, the velocity, but boy, those balls, once he starts them around the knees, it's probably a good idea not to swing at them. They're going to end up in a spot where you're going to have a hard time making contact with them.
You know, Troy Tulowitzki would agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yep.
So 2 gone now, and Josh Donaldson, who is 0 for 2, steps in. And he gets one up in the air, foul territory. May have a play on it. Beltre falling off Bobby Wilson and makes the basket catch. And Josh Donaldson disposed of on one pitch by Sam Dyson, who comes in and does a great job. No runs to hit. One left. We'll take the stretch at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Rangers by 1. Right-hander on now to take over for the Blue Jays. He will face Bobby Wilson to start things off. First pitch from the right-hander is in for strike 1. Hendricks, a good live arm. You may remember him when he was with the Minnesota Twins for a while. Pretty good fastball, pretty good slider. The basic combination for him. Back to the screen. And the count goes to 0-2. Bobby Wilson has had a sacrifice bunt. That was his last at-bat. And that was an important one because it moved Rougned Odor from second to third, where he scored on a sacrifice fly. And that's been the last run the Rangers have put on the board. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, the Blue Jays have been trying to put together a bullpen starting early in the season, and they've put together a pretty good bullpen. Most of the guys coming out of their bullpen have excellent lines, good hits to innings, a lot of strikeouts. Hendricks is one of them, 55 strikeouts and 51 innings.
2-2.
We talk about most of the guys coming out of the bullpen nowadays have mid-90s fastballs. And Hendricks just tuned that last fastball up at 95. Speaking of mid-90s or upper fastballs, Keone Keller's getting warmed up.
And call strike 3. Bobby Wilson leaning on it, and he got rung up for the strikeout. 1 gone. Ryan Strasburger will not be coming up. He'll be pinch hit for by Will Venable. Before Venable makes his way to home plate, we're going to send it over to Dana Larson for a Mazda game break.
Rangers, number 30, Will Venable. Pitching for Ryan Strasburger. Will Venable, number 30. Pitching for Strasburger.
All right, Dana, thank you.
I guess if you're going to get shut out, you might as well give up your 15 runs on that day.
Yeah.
Not going to make any difference. Boy, Keuchel, what a year he's had.
Isn't that something? Well, here's Will Venable. He takes a knee-high strike from Hendricks. 0-1. Venable, couple of games, 2 starts for the Rangers, a 200 average. 0-2. Venable with the Padres did a lot of pinch hitting. He was one of the better pinch hitters for San Diego. Hendricks back to the plate. Venable joining the Rangers last Thursday. The team was in Detroit. The appeal down to third, no swing. The appeal is turned down by Dana DeMuth, the crew chief.
Good call.
Hendricks again set. And misses inside. So Venable now has run the count full. Will trying to get aboard with one out the top of the order, and Delino DeShields is next. Payoff pitch on the way. And we'll try it again. Ball ricocheting off the mask of Russell Martin, who's looking all over the place. Is right out in front of him. Adrian Beltre and company. trying to make a very big statement in this first game against the Toronto Blue Jays here at home. Toronto coming into this series, the hottest team in Major League Baseball. Playing well offensively. John Gibbons' club, since the All-Star break, has just run the table almost against American League competition. Ouch.
Boy, that bat hit him.
Bat head came right back up the middle, and Liam Hendriks tried to get out of the way. And fortunately, it wasn't one of those bat heads that had a real sharp point on it. Not that it makes any difference. It's still going to hurt.
I think it hit him flat. I don't think that jagged edge at the end hit him. Let's take a look. It's hard to tell, but man, that is so dangerous. Look at that thing sliding up there, spinning at him. Man.
Hit him right in the buttocks.
Yeah, and you know, you see where he got hit and what part of the bat hit him.
Yeah.
And it could easily have gone higher, lower, stuck. Man.
Yeah, that's not very far from being an impale.
That's scary.
Ugh. And low and inside, ball 4. So Hendriks not able to come back after this near miss. That thing.
Boy, he's fortunate to hit him where it did.
Yep.
And I guess if you see that thing coming and you have time, the best thing you can do is duck your head and turn your back.
So Venable draws the pinch hit walk. He is aboard with 1 out. Delino to Shields. 1 for 3 tonight with a home run. Well, he had a rip there as Hendriks, fastball pretty close to the middle of the plate. Delino at 255 with the average. That is just about as low as Delino's average has been for a while. How about the first part of May? The last time was lower than 254. Takes a strike. It's 0-2. We'll take you back to that home run. Delino to Shields in the 3rd inning. Mark Burley left one in the middle, and Delino put it in the middle of the bullpen. Well, both home runs that the Shields has hit at the major league level have been out where the big boys go.
They really have.
And a base hit by Tulowitzki. Venable to second will put the brakes on as Revere gets the ball back in. Delino with his 2nd hit of the night. And the Rangers with runners at 1st and 2nd for Shin-Soo Choo.
They're going to bring in a lefty. Delino's had some good swings tonight. Hard hit ball there into left field by Tulowitzki in the home run. Must be Brett Cecil, because according to my book, that's the only lefty they've got, right?
The only left-hander they have down there, unless somebody had an arm transplant. So Brett Cecil will come on. And Brett Cecil, the 28-year-old left-hander out of Maryland, at the University of Maryland, where the Blue Jays drafted him in the 2007 draft. On now, and he's become a very important part of this Blue Jay bullpen. As Tom told you, he's the only left-hander they have down there. And he is saved for these matchups. He's facing Shin-Soo Choo with 2 on and 1 out. Choo tonight has singled, walked, and grounded out. 1 out of 2 officially. Choo 3 for 13 in his career against the left-hander from Toronto. Runners on the move. The pitch is high. The throw is late. In with a double steal. Venable and DeShields.
Well, they didn't see that coming. Huge jump. An entirely different situation right now. No double play. And a sacrifice fly can bring in an insurance run. There's nothing that Martin could do. Martin throws out 37% of base stealers, but even with a left-hand hitter and a clear shot, he had no chance to get Will at third base.
2 balls and no strikes. The infield pulled all the way in. And Choo couldn't wait quite long enough on that slow breaking ball.
See the clear shot the catcher has. He delivers a strong throw. Just didn't have a chance.
You know, Brett Cecil got in one of those where he just looked back one time and then went to the plate. And Venable read it very well, as did Delino to Shields, trailing Venable. The 2-1 pitch. Now 2-2.
Seen that off-speed pitch. And now it's a matter of not trying to pull the ball. Chu's been doing a really good job of that the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Going the other way, not trying to pull it. That's what he's thinking right now. Make some contact right here.
Cecil okays the sign and sets. The 2-2 pitch. Call strike 3. Right at the upper reaches of the strike zone. Chu rung up, and that is out number 2.
I just think that, you know, Chu, who's got a good eye at the plate, has more pitches like this called than other hitters do. And some of them can even be outside. I mean, that's just not a pitch that you see called a strike very often. And, you know, it's close to being a strike. It can go either way. It just seems like Chu has more called on him than anybody else.
Yeah, especially that part of the strike zone, the pitch up. And yeah, I agree with you.
And even some of them, I mean, that was in the strike zone as far as inside or outside goes, but some of them are that height and a little bit outside.
Right.
Nobody can hit those pitches.
Prince Fielder 0 for 3. Would love to get into the hit column right here. He grounds it sharply, but right at Pennington, the second baseman, and that'll do it. So Cecil comes on and does a very good job. Rangers strand a couple on a hit and a walk. We're going to the 8th inning. It remains the Rangers 5 and the Blue Jays 4.
All right, never getting tickets again.
She just said you're never getting tickets again.
Just kidding.
Oh, no.
You did good, Mom.
She pays me.
You did.
She pays me to watch my grandkids.
Okay, there we
You
go.
did good, Mom.
There we go. Okay, congratulations. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, what do you want?
Just say go Rangers or something.
Go Rangers!
All right, we got to get out of here.
Go Rangers!
There we go. Okay, thank you, Carol, Emily's mother. What a great mom, Em.
She is a great mom. She is great. And apparently she's had a couple margaritas. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Em, you are getting yourself in pretty deep now.
You better be careful, Em. She said all nice things. She might have a few things stored up.
Listen, she's got plenty. Don't worry.
Pitch is popped up by Bautista. Mitch Moreland coming down, calling everybody off, makes the catch. And that is a big out number 1 here in the 8th inning as Keone Kela gets the pop out.
Yeah, you look at Keone trying to get a hold right here in the 8th inning and see that he has to face Bautista, Encarnacion, and Colabello, who's a .330 hitter this year. That's a tough part of the lineup to work your way through, but he's a third of the way through getting Bautista.
I know you can't do it, but if you get through these 3 guys in order, you ought to get a save and a hold.
Yeah, save A and B.
Yeah. Now, Encarnacion extended his hitting streak to 20 straight games with that home run his last time up. He was leading off the 6th inning and got a hanging off-speed pitch from Derek Holland, pounded it out of the ballpark. And Will Venable, who had pinch hit and got aboard by a walk in the 7th inning, out there in left field now, patrolling the reaches on that side of Globe Life Park. Fouled back. And the count goes to 1-2.
Gotta be careful about that part of the strike zone.
Yeah.
He had a good swing at it, but at 96 miles an hour, a little bit tougher to catch up with it than if it's 91 miles an hour.
Along with a home run tonight, Encarnacion is flied to center and grounded to second. Keller with a 1-2 pitch.
Good try.
Keller, as you saw, appearing in his 57th ball game tonight. Chopper to Beltre at third. And Adrian triggers a throw right on the money. 2 gone.
Well, I swear, this is not that Adrian's ever thrown badly. This is the best I've ever seen him throw for an extended period of time. Every throw has something on it, and they're chest high almost every single time. It's just amazing. Doesn't matter where he is, what angle he's throwing from. It's like a video. Goes to the third baseman. Next thing you see, the first baseman sticks out his glove, chest high, and catches it. I should say a video game. It is a video. We're watching.
Chris Colabello takes a breaking ball for strike
like
one.
we're doing radio or anything.
Could be. Colabello tonight, 2 for 3, a home run and a single. Kello was ready to go a little too quickly for Colabello's taste. 2 up, 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning.
Good hard curveball.
0-2. That is an equalizer for Keone Kela. And he's not afraid to throw that. That's, I think having the gumption to throw that pitch in any count is what really helps him.
Yeah, for a 21-year-old, it's amazing.
0-2. Kela to the plate. Got him swing. That was a better one.
Dominating the middle of their lineup right there.
A 1-2-3 inning. The Blue Jays are gone. We finished 7.5. The Rangers lead it 5-4. Well, the ageless one, LaTroy Hawkins, has come in to take over here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
He is, and he is kept in great shape, which is why he's pitched as long as he has. I mean, he looks a little bit older than when he was younger in the face, not much, but his body looks pretty much the same as it did 20 years ago.
And he was drafted 24 years ago by the Minnesota Twins.
Wow.
Out of high school, and what a 7th round pick. Yep. He is truly amazing. Adrian Beltre leading off against LaTroy Hawkins. Beltre tonight is 2 for 3. A triple, a single, and an RBI. Got some an update on Rougned Odor, by the way. The injury was Rangers say he lost his fingernail on the right middle finger, so that ground ball really hit him right on the end of the finger, knocked that nail off.
Wow.
Beltre grounds to Cliff Pennington right up the middle. That's out number 1. And the Rangers sent Rougned for an X-ray, and it was a negative return. Our GXU Energy power player is, how about Keone Kela? As quick and easy a 1-2-3 inning with that strikeout for Keone. Worked the 8th inning. Going right through the middle of the order, Bautista, Encarnacion, and Colabello, our GXU Energy power player. And Mitch fouling that pitch off to the left. There's Rougned, got that splint on that middle finger, it looks like, wrapped up pretty tightly. But the return on the X-ray was negative, so there's no fracture. It's just, how can you tape that up and still be able to throw accurately with it? That may be a couple of days. Have to wait and see, but just guessing, I would think it's going to be a day or two before you get the feeling back of that finger. Chris Gimenez probably had a few messed up fingers in his time being a catcher, giving Rougned a little bit of advice. All the way to the backstop. Pitch jackknifing out of the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moreland tonight is lined out, fly deep to left center field, and struck out. 0 for 3, that average at .285 as he faces LaTroy Hawkins. Bases empty, 1 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rangers leading 5-4. And Moreland shooting for a hole in that shift, and he found it right between Pennington and Tulowitzki.
Now that's the thing about the shift. If Pennington fielded that ball, backhanding it that far away, there's no way he could have thrown him out of first base. The shift works a lot, but it almost has to be hit right at you. Pennington caught that ball. I don't think there's much he could have done with it. Maybe he could have gotten it over there quickly enough, but it would have been very close.
No, a well-directed ground ball base hit for Mitch Moreland, his first of the night. Mitch on with one out. Now Elvis Andrus will come up. Elvis, a double and a run scored in 3 trips. Rangers now with 9 hits. They about hit the Blue Jays 9-8. And Elvis takes a strike.
Well, Hawkins still throws 93 miles an hour after all these innings, all these years, and all these pitches.
Isn't that something?
He's got one of those arms that never goes south, boy.
Coming into this year, he had an even 1,000 career appearances.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's tacked on.
How many guys have had 1,000 appearances? Do you know?
I don't know.
We'll have to get Eric Josephson, our crack man in the truck statistician, to find that out for
our
us.
Crackpot? No, that's not right.
Our crackpot.
Just kidding, EJ.
I really don't even have to say that. It's going to come up our way anyway.
Yeah.
Just if we say it, he'll do it anyway. Get in there.
There's a base hit to right field for Elvis. Moreland stops at second. Back-to-back singles. Rangers have 2 on and 1 out. And Hanser Alberto will get his first at bat of the evening. So Elvis, a 2-hit night.
Concentration in Elvis's eyes. Nice job of hitting. Ball out over the plate. And he serves it out to right field with some authority. Hard hit ground ball by Pennington.
Yeah, and to kind of go back to what you talked about, Tom, with Elvis, that wasn't just a little inside-out swing. That ball was driven that way.
Exactly. He's not just fighting it off and serving it out there. I said serve, but he didn't serve it. He drove it out there. You're right.
Well, here's Hanser Alberto, his first at bat of the evening. Took over for the injured Rougned Odor. Little check swing foul. It's 0-1.
Going after Larry with that one. Watch out, Larry. 16 pitchers have had 1,000 appearances, Buzz. Thank you, EJ.
Appreciate that, guys. That 16 in the 140 years or so that records like that have been kept.
I know Jesse Orozco was one. I remember when he got it.
1 ball, 1 strike. This will take you right down to the action now. You want to be a camera guy? Yeah, look out, Larry. Larry Allen down there. Ooh, that was a little close.
He looked a little calmer than he really was.
Hawkins, that high set. Swinging strike 2. We'll take you to real time. Oh, look out. That kind of hollow sound, that was the pipe. That wasn't. Alberto waiting. Moreland away from second. Andrus from first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crowd of 22,227 on hand here tonight. They have seen the promised matchup. The offense of the Toronto Blue Jays has been matched almost shot for shot by the Rangers here. Rangers leading 5-4, looking for some insurance here in the 8th inning. Try it again. Game in Yankee Stadium has gone final 15-1. Sean Thomason is ready in that Ranger bullpen. Thomason nearly perfect this year. He is 25 out of 26. And unless the Rangers plate Moreland and Andrus and one more, Thomason will have a shot at number 26 here tonight. Another 2-2 pitch coming. Hanser Alberto making for a long at bat against LaTroy Hawkins. Hawkins, one of the additions at the trade deadline for the Toronto Blue Jays, came over from the Colorado Rockies along with Troy Tulowitzki. That's the 7th pitch of the at-bat for Hanser Alberto, and he's going to face number 8. Alberto recalled for the 2nd time just this past Wednesday. He's also up from the end of May through the 4th of July. Made his major league debut for the Rangers. Trying to bring home Mitch Moreland, who's establishing his lead out there at second base. Elvis trailing him at first. Another 2-2 pitch. Pilar, the center fielder, has this one gauged. That is out number 2.
The catcher, Bobby Wilson.
Well, the fly ball to center, and now Bobby Wilson will come up. Wilson tonight 0 for 2 officially. He has grounded out and struck out. He's also had a sacrifice bunt. Russell Martin going out to say something to LaTroy Hawkins. Hawkins made his major league debut with the Twins back in 1995, 20 years plus ago. Wilson shoots one by Covabello into right field. Moreland coming around third, and he has put the stop sign up at the last second. And it's a good thing, too, because Bautista got to that ball in a hurry. And Mitch would have been out from here to Carrollton if he kept going.
Yep, and not much you can do about that. Got a right fielder that fielded it aggressively and has an excellent arm from right field. Earlier, Rubned scored on a sacrifice fly. The throw was up the line just a little bit. But you can see him charging the ball, getting ready to throw it. Tony Beasley, well aware of the arm strength that Bautista possesses. He held him up, and you're right, Buzz, it was a good thing.
So 3 hits in the inning. It's going to take either one more or a wild pitch pass ball or something for the Rangers to score. They have the bases full. Will Venable with his 2nd at bat of the night. The first one was a pinch hit walk in the 7th inning. And now Will asks for time. LaTroy Hawkins taking a little too long. Venable 3 for 6 in his career against LaTroy Hawkins. And in those 3 hits, he's had a home run and a double. Be a great shot in the arm right here if Venable's able to plate a couple of runs for the Rangers, get some insurance on the board. Rangers now 5 runs on 11 hits tonight. So the offensive output continues for the Rangers. Hawkins ready to work. Got Venable on the fist. That's fouled out of play. Talking about the Rangers, we talked about the Blue Jays, how good they have been since the All-Star break. Well, the Rangers, since the break, are 2nd in average. They are 2nd in on-base percentage at .333, 3rd in runs per game at just a bit over 5, and they're 4th in runs. So Dave Maggin and his offensive group have done a great job getting things tuned up here in the second half. 1 ball, 1 strike to Venable. And we'll take you back to that July 21st marker. Blue Jays have gone 22-8 since then. Rangers, not too far down the list, 21-10 since that 21st of July. Cubs, the only team that separating the two. 2 balls and a strike. Venable 1 hit in 5 times at bat for the Rangers. That 1 hit, an RBI double in Detroit. Crowd wanting some insurance here in the 8th inning. And what better place to have some insurance than Globe Life Park? The 2-1 from Hawkins. 2-2. Venable going through his memory banks about the times that he's faced LaTroy Hawkins. Trying to pull out the relevant information, put it into use. Hawkins, who said this is going to be his last year. And he wants to finish it in style. The 2-2. Have to try it one more time. That ball looked like it hit Venable on the front foot, but he didn't react like it did. Maybe he's just too stunned to react. I don't know.
Well, Hawkins is going to have to throw at least 25 pitches this inning.
Yeah.
Real hoping for one out over the plate that he can drive right in the gap in left center field.
Moreland at third, Andrus at second, Bobby Wilson at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Hawkins to the plate. Out of play. The pitch before that Venable hit that ball off his front foot, I thought. Where'd it go? That's got to hurt more than just standing there and not even reacting.
Where'd that hit? Above his knee?
Yeah. The inside of his leg. That's a pretty tough man right there.
Definitely not trying to keep the ball down to him.
Nope. Softly up the middle to Lewitzki. Will throw to first, and that'll do it. So Hawkins able to work around. 3 hits in the inning. Rangers leave the bases full. We're going to the ninth. It's Tolly time at Globe Life Park. Rangers leading the Blue Jays. Tollison coming in for the 57th time this year. Tollison is 25 out of 26 in save opportunities. And he will be facing Russell Martin to start things off here in the ninth. And the first pitch is ball 1. Tollison picked up his 25th save that last game in Detroit. Worked a perfect 9th inning. Misses high. 2 balls, no strikes to Martin. Russell Martin tonight has been hit by a pitch, grounded into a double play, and struck out. Shawn Tollison, the Baylor X out of Allen, Texas. And that is high and away. 3 balls, no strikes.
They're all pretty much in the same spot. I'll bring it back toward the plate just a little bit, I guess.
Three and 1. Tollison and Russell Martin have not faced each other in regular season competition. And that is fouled out of play. So Tollison, trying to come all the way back, has filled the count now. Martin, the 6th place hitter, leading off. Kevin Pillar, the center fielder, follows in the order. Cole Hamels, Derek Holland. Holland in line to get his 2nd straight win. If Tollison closes it out, and ball 4 is just off the outside corner. The tying run is aboard with nobody out here in the 9th inning. And for Shawn Tollison, that's the first walk he has issued. He's back on the 8th of the month.
Well, they're all kind of in the same spot. A couple of them were pretty close. That one was definitely a ball, but a couple of them before it were fairly close to the strike zone, close enough to go either way.
And John Gibbons now has gone to his bench, and Ezekiel Carrera has come out to pinch run for Russell Martin. So Ezekiel Carrera now carrying the time run as a pinch runner at first base. Kevin Pillar tonight, 1 for 3, had a single back in the second inning. See how John Gibbons is going to play this, whether he tries to get a hit and run going or what. The first pitch is high for ball one.
See, that's, you look at the pitch to Chu that was a strike, not to get nitpicky, but the one to Chu is a baseball higher than that. That's in the strike zone. You don't get the call. Oh, timeout, sorry. Getting ready to get mad at the umpire.
Well, I was right there with you.
I'm getting all worked up here, sorry. Mike Estabrook.
It's an important ball game.
If he throws that same pitch, you better call it a strike, though. I'll get on to the next time, too.
Villar, a .262 average. Dollison to him. And there is a strike.
There we go.
He heard you.
I got what I was asking. I got what I was complaining about.
Dollison this year in 56 2/3 innings has walked a grand total of 12, now 13. Moreland holding the inside of the bag to Ezekiel Carrera, the pinch hitter. Got him on the fist. Rangers won't have a chance to go for two. It takes a nice play by Elvis Andrus to get Pillar at first. So the tying run is at second base now with one out, and Ben Revere coming to the plate.
Yeah, it works like a sacrifice, really. On the road, generally a team won't play for a tie by sacrificing. Obviously, they weren't right there. But Sean gets the pitch inside. Pillar takes a big swing at it and gets jammed so badly. Elvis has to go to first, doesn't have time to go to second to get the force out.
Pillar looked like he went out and jammed himself on that.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So one out, Ben Revere singled his last time up. He is 1 for 3. It's worth noting the Blue Jays have an extra guy on the bench. They have a 5-man bench. First pitch inside. They've already used Carrera. And looking down into the on-deck circle, a familiar form. And Justin Smoke, former Ranger, comes out to the on-deck circle. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Revere. That changeup floats high, and the count goes to 2-0.
Sean's struggling a little bit with his command, although when he misses, other than that changeup, he's not missing by much.
That's inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Well, Revere now in the driver's seat, and Mike Maddox, Jeff Bannister just kind of along for the ride to watch their closer. See if he can get this job done here tonight. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. 2 walks in the inning. Runners at first and second. Mike Maddox will make the trip to the mound to see if he can't settle things down a bit. Give Sean Tollison a chance to catch his breath and redirect his focus toward the pinch hitter, Justin Smoke. And Smoke has been doing a very good job for the Blue Jays since he was acquired after spending time with the Seattle Mariners when he left the Rangers. Smoke has kind of found a home, if you will, with the Blue Jays.
He's been a pretty good pinch hitter. Left-handed, he's 6 for 18 as a pinch hitter.
Smoke overall this year just a .215 average with a dozen home runs though and 42 driven in. And the one thing that you might keep an eye on, he's grounded into 10 double plays in just over 200 at bats. So you have a guy that doesn't run all that well, that hits the ball pretty hard. If you can get a ball directed at someone on the skin part of the infield, you got a chance to turn 2 and get out of here with a W. Smoke this year, runners in scoring position, has been terrific. 353 with 5 home runs. He's got the tying run at second in Carrera. Ben Revere at first, the go-ahead run. And first ball swinging is popped up into shallow center. Delino DeShields circling in underneath it, makes the catch. That is out number 2. And like a lot of good pitch hitters, Justin Smoke up there looking for something straight and with velocity to swing on the first pitch, and popped it up.
That's what Bill Stein used to say. He used to be an excellent pinch hitter for the Rangers, and he said his goal when he went to bat as a pinch hitter was to get 3 good swings, if that's what it took. He wasn't going to go up there and look for a strike. And Smoke gets good pitch to hit. You got to swing at that pitch. That's right near the middle of the plate. Got underneath it and popped it up. Sean said, "Here's my fastball. See what you can do with it."
So Tolleson now will face the top of the order, and for the Blue Jays, that means Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki 1 for 2 in his career against Tolleson, that won a home run. And all 22,000 plus on their feet here at Globe Life Park. They want the Rangers to close out this win over the Blue Jays. Ball 1. Tulowitzki singled his first 2 times to the plate. Since then has flied to center and struck out. Rangers pull the infield around to the left for Tulowitzki. Ezekiel Carrera, the runner at second. Ben Revere over at first. And the fans lending all the support they can for Sean Tolleson and the Rangers. 1-0 pitch. Instead, Tolleson checks second. Derek Holland in line to get a W here tonight if Sean Tolleson can close it out. Ball 2 is outside. Tolleson 15 pitches, 10 balls, and only 5 strikes. Very unlike Sean Tolleson. Let's see if he can't dig down a little deeper and come up with enough to get out of this inning. Ball 3.
You can tell this is a very unusual outing for Sean. Hopefully he can battle through it, but he's a guy that's only walked 12 guys in whatever 50-plus innings.
Yeah.
Walks have not been an issue with him. But he's struggling right now with his command, trying to bulldog it through it and get that last out.
You can't lay a 3-0 pitch right down the middle of Tulowitzki. And he didn't. Got it right on the outside corner. Tulowitzki doing a little umpiring of his own. That gets the crowd going. 3-1. If Tulowitzki is able to extend this inning, Josh Donaldson is in the on-deck circle. That's not the guy you want to face either. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Donaldson a long look in. Now the right-hander is set. The pitch on the way. We have run the string out as far as we can. 3-2 with 2 outs. Well, both Carrera and Revere will be off and moving with the next pitch. His fans getting to hooping and hollering now at Globe Life Park. Tulowitzki back into the batter's box. Tolleson reading the signs from Bobby Wilson. And Wilson going to go out and ask Sean Tolleson, what do you feel like you can throw for a strike? That decision has been made. Perspiration-filled hat of Sean Tolleson. Troy Tulowitzki waiting. Tolleson set. Runners on the move. Payoff pitch. to score. The throw going to third, not in time. Tulowitzki has tied the ball game as Carrera scores on the bloop single to left. Tulowitzki, his third hit of the night. It is a 5-5 game with Josh Donaldson coming up.
Well, he made a good pitch. That's the second ball Tulowitzki's hit like that. Right off the handle. Just blooped it over shortstop. Run the ball in on his fists. Bad contact. Good result.
So the walks do indeed come back to haunt Shawn Tolleson here in the ninth. The leadoff walk to Russell Martin. And then the one-out walk to Ben Revere. Ezekiel Carrera, who pinch ran for Martin, scores the tying run. And the Blue Jays now with runners at first and third, still 2 outs. And Josh Donaldson is at the plate. Donaldson 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. On the inside corner for strike one. Donaldson 2 for 5 in his career against Shawn Tolleson. Crowd, after that bloop base hit by Tulowitzki, sitting back down in stunned silence. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or some standing in stunned silence. Pitch fouled away by Donaldson. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Donaldson a strikeout, a flyout, and a pop out to go along with his walk tonight. Shawn Tolleson trying to send us to the bottom of the ninth with the score tied. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now you're getting up in the territory with Shawn Tolleson, pitch count wise, where you need to make a decision here pretty quickly. The Rangers get the bullpen active. You don't want Shawn Tolleson's outing tonight to make him unavailable for a day or two. And at 23 pitches right now, 24 coming up, getting close to that territory. The 2-2 to Donaldson. Chopper to third. Beltre unloads in a hurry. The throw is wide. Donaldson is safe. In to score is Revere. And the Blue Jays have taken a 6-5 lead.
Well, that's the most unlikely outcome of a ground ball that you could possibly see.
And Jeff Bannister out to the mound. That's going to do it for Shawn Tolleson. As Adrian Beltre had everything right in front of him, just pulled the throw to the left of Mitch Moreland, got him off the bag, and Donaldson able to beat it out. And the Blue Jays have scored twice here in the ninth inning with 2 outs. And they take a 6-5 lead of the year. Patton replacing Shawn Tolleson, and Spencer Patton, the 27-year-old out of Urbana, Illinois, on now to see if he can't get the final out here in the ninth. Jose Bautista at the plate. Bautista 1 for 4 with his 30th home run of the year back in the 3rd inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Bautista a .243 average. Patton pours in a strike. Spencer, the last 2 times out, has worked scoreless baseball. Last time here at home against Seattle, had a 1/3 of an inning, and then the game in Detroit on the 20th worked 1 inning, a walk and a strikeout. One and 2. Slider had Bautista out in front of it a bit. Well, the Blue Jays have turned 2 walks, a base hit, and an error into a couple of runs to take a 6-5 lead in the top of the 9th inning. Patton trying to keep it right there. Off the end of the bat and back over the Ranger dugout. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Young, hard throwing right-hander Roberto Osuna in the bullpen for the Blue Jays. He has been a godsend for the end of that bullpen. Sean Tolleson, one of the nights that just wasn't working for him. Fly ball to right, that will do it. Patton gets Bautista to fly out, but the Blue Jays get 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error. They strand a pair. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Rangers trailing by Roberto Osuna. Osuna has taken over the closer's role, and he has been very impressive. This young rookie is 20 years of age, out of San Jose Rios in Cuba. He deals the first pitch a little bit low to Delino DeShields. Leonardo Navarro into the ball game now. He is catching for Osuna. Justin Smoke stays in the ball game, takes over at first base. Fouled straight back. Also a new second baseman, Ryan Goins, taking over for Cliff Pennington. Delino DeShields, a couple of hits tonight, a single and a home run, 2 for 4. Currently hitting at .258. 1-1 pitch. Delino, his second major league home run back in the 3rd inning. Went into the Toronto bullpen in deep left center field. Got him swinging. Osuna racking up the strikeout. That's how the bottom of the 9th begins for the Rangers.
Well, we saw Osuna in Toronto save a game with a dominating fastball. It was a dominating save, the last one we saw in Toronto. And for a young guy, he throws a lot of strikes, a lot of quality strikes, more than a strikeout per inning, only 12 walks in 55 innings. And keeps the ball in the ballpark pretty well, too. He's only given up 3 home runs.
Here is Shin-Soo Choo. Choo 1 for 3 tonight with a walk. 1 ball, no strikes. Choo singled in the first, scored the first Ranger run. Walked in the 3rd. Since then has grounded out and struck out. Osuna's 1-0 pitch. Choo faced Osuna one time in Toronto. And Osuna was able to strike him out in that series. Rangers trailing 6-5. They need a base runner to get that tying run on base. Bring the winning run to the plate. All the way to the backstop, and it's 2-1. Choo's average currently at .243. Facing Osuna, who this time last year was pitching down in the Florida State League for the Blue Jays. Line to left field. That's a base hit. Rangers have the tying run on. They have the winning run coming to the plate in the person of Prince Fielder.
Well, Blue Jays will be playing deep in the outfield in a 1-run game, and they might be able to take away an extra base hit, but maybe the Rangers will dump one in, and that they normally would catch, it'll fall in front of somebody. Sue going the other way. He's done a nice job of that. And the Rangers have the middle of the order coming up, so you've got kind of what you want when you're down by a run right now. A man on in the middle of the order up there.
All manner of rally caps in evidence out here at Globe Life Park. Prince Fielder 0 for 4 tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball gets away from Deanna Navarro, but not far enough to allow Chu to advance. Fielder has grounded out twice, popped out, and flied out. Prince, an extended offensive downturn. We've seen him in his last 28 ball games now hit below 250, which I didn't think was ever going to happen for Fielder the way he swung the bat the first 4 months of the season. Oh, he had a rip there. He wasn't just trying to drive home Chu, he was trying to win the ball game. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Fielder can do that with the best of them. He can drive that ball out of the ball yard. The way the ball is flying here tonight, probably any place in the ballpark. Tension mounting at Globe Life Park. 1-1 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes. Fielder, despite his downturn offensively of late, still the 9th toughest to strike out in the American League. 1 strikeout every 9 at-bats or so. Chu, the lead from first, distracting Roberto Osuna just a bit. Right-handers ready for the 1-2 pitch.
Osuna's all thrown 12 pitches. I'm pretty sure all of them have been fastballs. Trying to throw the high fastball. Prince trying to line one in play.
Tuning it up little by little. Infield playing Fielder a step to the right. The outfield playing the other way in deep. Changeup floats outside. 2-2.
Tried a little something different to give him a different look.
See the wheels turning. Boy, Prince is trying to use all of his experience to say, okay, what have I got going here? What can I do? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tying run at first. Bottom of the 9th inning. In the air to left field. This one's playable. Ben Revere camping underneath it, makes the catch. Back to first. Shin-Soo Choo. And the Rangers now down to their final out, and Adrian Beltre coming up. Beltre tonight is 2 for 4, a triple and a single. He has driven in a run. Other 2 times he grounded out. Beltre in his last dozen ball games has hit .360. He represents the winning run at home plate. And Osuna pumps in strike 1. Beltre's triple scored Chu in the first inning. Adrian then added a single in the 3rd. Osuna, a belt high set. Roberto Osuna, the 20-year-old right-hander. Got Adrian Beltre the one time they faced off in Toronto on a fly ball. Beltre with the average at .268 as he awaits. One and 2. I don't think Adrian was just trying to put the ball in play with that swing either.
No, I don't think so.
Just trying to hit that one over toward Grand Prairie. Well, it's come down to a 1-2 pitch now. Osuna nods in agreement, a check of Chu. The pitch on the way. Got him swinging. Beltre trying to go up the ladder. Couldn't quite climb high enough. And the Blue Jays with 2 in the top of the 9th inning, one of them unearned, end up coming back to win one against the Rangers here at Globe Life Park. Rougned Odor nursing that very sore finger of his as he watches his teammates go down to defeat 6-5 the final here in Game 1 of this 3-game series. We'll come back to Globe